Yo, how is it going, squad? How's it going? So, today, we're playing more Fortnite. I keep wanting to make another Hollow Knight video, another Hollow Knight Silksong video, but then I remember that, I'm not great at the video game, and I've really got to lock in to, actually play that, which kind of makes it no fun to record the video, because I'm just getting real annoyed and having to log in. However, maybe slight spoilers if you haven't played the game yet and you're planning on doing it. I don't know if we're still in spoiler territory though. At what, 4 months since the game actually more than that. However many months it's been since the game released. I think it's been months. I don't know, time's not real. Anyways, I beat actually I just keep it mildly spoiler free. I beat Act 2 yesterday. Didn't realize there was an Act 3 until I Googled it, because I was like, it's interesting that there's only 2 acts. Also, I feel like the final boss was really easy. So I Googled it, and Google was basically like, yeah, there's an Act 3. It's pretty easy to accidentally beat the game, though, without doing it. Because it's not required to get the credits. So now I gotta do that. What? Oh, somebody's driving the bus. Okay. But, yeah, yep. More Hollow Knight. So much Hollow Knight. I've got 22 hours in the game so far, and still have a third of the game left. I gotta say, I really, really hate those delivery challenges, man. They're the worst things ever. They really took the flower thing from the original game and was like, you know what? What if we did that again? Make it slightly less AIDS, but let's do it again. Because at least it's not the most terrible thing in the world now. It's just, what the hell? It's not the most terrible thing in the world, it's just kind of annoying. At least it's actually doable this time, unlike the flower where you have to become actual god to do it. I never even actually finished that quest on the original one. I gave up after the 8th attempt. I was just, no, not doing it. Not doing it. But, yeah, also, Ludwig started dropping the new Tip to Tip China series. It's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. The first one, the Japan one, was pretty funny because they had the charm of not really knowing much Japanese, but they knew enough to actually get by. They know no Chinese, man. Based off the first actual episode and the episode 0 that he dropped, they don't know enough Chinese to be doing this, and it's so funny. They just say things. Oh, this is kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm enjoying that. I'm excited to keep watching every new episode because I don't know. It really shows you how the stranger though is just really nice. If you meet somebody on the street and you need help, they're probably gonna help you. Because I don't know how they'd be getting anything done if not for the help of these random people. How the hell does this gun work? Okay, that works. Whatever. I do have no idea how the fists work. That is a little outside of my jurisdiction, I'm thinking. I got a haircut today, right? And I didn't really know how I was gonna get my haircut until this morning, and even now I'm still not quite convinced. I might change my mind right before I walk in. I don't know. These are hard questions that must be answered. But also, it's a very unfortunate timing on my part to get a haircut because with the allergies changing and the weather going insano style, my dry scalp has been flaring up like crazy, man. And so it's a little tragic that I have to go get my haircut where the hell is the guy? I have to get my haircut when my scalp looks like a snowstorm, and it's a little embarrassing, but you know what? You gotta get your haircut. It's gotta happen. Also, it's really gotta happen for me because I haven't had one in 4 months. Actually, maybe a little more than that at this point. Just because it hasn't really felt like I needed it, man. And it's kind of been like, it's been growing in quite well. And the sideburns got a little messy, but then I just kind of cleaned them up. Yeah, but I was looking at it today and realized I did my sideburns at the wrong angle last time I did it. So they're going the wrong direction, but you can't see it when I have the headphones on. So who cares? You don't care. So I don't really care. But now that I've seen it, I do care because now I'm going to be thinking about it. But you know what? That's what the haircut's for today. Fix the sideburns. Because also I didn't cut them very short either, so there's still some sideburn left to make it the correct angle, which is the W. Also, I don't know what my problem's been. I'm back on the not being able to sleep grind, which I don't know if it's because I'm going to bed too late, or if it's because I keep playing Overwatch. But okay, I was gonna say I keep playing Overwatch before going to bed, but it's not like I'm playing Overwatch and then immediately going to bed. I'm getting off Overwatch, and then probably, oh wait, I'm the bus driver. Hang on, I'm insane. I'm driving the bus so smoothly. I feel like I could have more control, and that would be freaking awesome. Let's go to Battlewood. What is this? Battlewood Boulevard, man, in the bus, because I'm the bus driver. What happens when the bus driver gets out of the bus? Does it just keep going? I don't know. But, Overwatch. Anyways, I play some games of Overwatch, get kind of annoyed because it's Overwatch, or don't get annoyed because we win, but that doesn't happen every day. And then get ready for bed, and then probably sit around for a while, do a couple things, and then actually go to bed. So by the time I get off Overwatch and then go to bed, that time gap between there is probably like an hour and a half-ish. Maybe 2 hours if I'm like really getting some stuff done. Which, I mean, we're talking about like midnight, so I'm really not getting a lot of things done. So it's usually like an hour and a half, which I feel like in my heart is enough time for my brain to chill out and be like, hey, it's bedtime now. It's no longer Overwatch time, especially because I get off and I'm tired. I don't feel like I'm overstimulated from the game, but maybe I am. Maybe I just can't do that anymore. I used to be able to do that, but maybe at the ripe old age of 20, what year is it? The ripe old age of 22. The ripe old age of 22, I can no longer do such a thing. But also, testing that theory would require me to actually go to bed at a decent time for multiple days in a row, and I don't really know that I feel like doing that either. So, there's many issues to be fixed here. This guy's gonna die. Dude, and he had a shield pot? My goat. I needed that gun. But there's a better one. Don't worry. But yeah, this is probably going to be the last round for today since I got that haircut to go to. I was just killing some time, and also I need to have some stuff I got to do when I get back. Well, I was going to record the video when I got back because I feel so tired. I was thinking maybe some lunch or then some, I don't know, like a soda or something could go kind of insane, but I don't know, I just kind of hopped on. It was like I got 40 minutes to kill somehow. Now I don't have 40 minutes. It's been quite a while since I made that decision, but I had an amount of time to kill. Might as well do something with it that's not just rot and watch YouTube, especially after watching the 40-minute Ludwig tip-to-tip video. As great as that is, it's quite the time waster. Oh, more shield? Yes, please. I also have to get there kind of early. This is the one annoying thing, is the barber I go to is downtown. And parking downtown is a real pain in the ass, man. Like, especially on the weekends, like, I almost didn't, hang on. I almost didn't, schedule my haircut for today because parking on the weekends downtown is such a pain in the ass. Like, it's so annoying because it's only parallel parking, and if there's not spots, then you have to park in a garage, and then it's like $20 for parking, which And on the cheap side, I think on the weekends it might be more than that in some of the garages, which is just so much money. I don't want to spend that on parking. Who does that? Because at that point, if I end up spending, say it ends up being like an expensive garage and it's like $30, $35, at some point I could have just like not even driven there and just taken like a lift to my haircut and back, that not even had to park. But I don't know. If I was balling like that, I would just do that because that would be funny and fire. And also then I wouldn't have to parallel park. And it's not like I'm leaving with items like if I was going to the store, so there's no reason for me to not do that. But I'm not bowling like that, so we are not doing that. And we are parallel parking. And maybe having to walk like 5 blocks because of that. But, 5 blocks isn't that far. It could be worse. I've had to park like 8 blocks away before, and that was kind of annoying. But it's also, the city blocks aren't huge. It's fine. It's just kind of annoying. Because it feels like you're really far away, especially when you're parking. And then you start walking and you realize you're like right here. So does this guy like suck? Why didn't he pick up any of these weapons? I feel like that's a throw. Also, the part of my hair that's like really getting annoying while I'm gaming is this like front part. Because sometimes it gets just right in my eye and sometimes it's fine. But I don't think that's the part I'm going to have cut shorter today because I think that part actually looks kind of good. I think it's the back that needs to be shorter in comparison. And also the layering in the back kind of needs to go up higher because it's been so long it looks kind of... You can tell if you like look at it in the correct light. It's not super easy to tell, but if you know, like I know that it's been a while. So I feel like there's a chance that you could look at it and be like, oh, I can tell, I can see the line of where the layers have not been cut. I can see where it's been happening. But we're going to fix that on this fine afternoon. Oh, shitter. Okay, I'm the shitter. Oh my god. He killed me from that far away with a burst SMG? That's crazy. Okay, man. Alright, well, that was fun. I'll see y'all later. Adios.